Shalom, shalom. This is your brother Debar. I want to start off by giving all praises and all glory and all honor to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kwakadash. Yahweh being the Heavenly Father, and Yahweh Shai being the true name of His only begotten Son. I also want to give double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, whom rule and teach well, whom I learn from daily. This is a short message. So as when I'm putting this message together, yesterday we had a small snippet of the things to come. We had the cell phone towers or service go out for like AT&T and T-Mobile, I think, or something like that. I've got Verizon. It didn't really affect me, but it was all over TikTok, and it was all over the news, also even mainstream media. So obviously it was big enough for uh, uh, the heads in charge to try to calm the masses. But people's phones went out, and people started freaking out, man. And this is a small reminder of things to come. And so I was not going to do a message on it, but just a couple of scriptures came to mind, and so I just wanted to put it out into the airwaves. So hopefully you guys are edified by this message. I want to go straight into Exodus, the second chapter. Now, what's going on here? Just for some context, for those that don't know, Jacob, Joseph died, and Joseph was the second in command next to Pharaoh. And because of that, the Israelites were able to survive the famine in the land. And his brothers, his family, left their home place to come to Egypt during the famine once they saw that Joseph was still alive. And so they lived pretty good lives until the passing of Joseph. Now there arose a new Pharaoh who didn't remember the covenant that the last Pharaoh had made with the Israelites. And so um, Pharaoh starts to put harsh judgment on the Israelites, starts making them build pyramids for him, things like that. So the Israelites are being afflicted. They're in Egypt, and we know that Egypt means a bondage. This is this they are in the land of their captivity, and it's a very simple a lesson here, but I want to put it together here. It's Let's go to verse 23. Now that we know the context that the Israelites are in the land of their captivity under somebody that is treating them harshly. Verse 23. And it came to pass in process of time that the king of Egypt died, and the children of Israel cried. Oh no, I'm sorry. And the children of Israel sighed by by reason of the bondage, and they cried, and their cry came up unto Yahweh by reason of the bondage. Okay, now the reason I bring this up is because in the time of their captivity, in the time of our captivity, I'm sorry, in the time of our captivity, when we were being dealt harshly by Pharaoh, we cried out, and Yahweh heard us, and He sent His prophet Moses. And Moses went to Pharaoh and started to tell Pharaoh to let his people go. Now, Pharaoh would not heed to Moses, and we all know the judgments that came upon the land of Egypt. Let me bring it up here. Hmm. This this is off Google. I'm driving. Um, this is off Google here, but the plagues of Egypt were locusts, boils, darkness, death of the firstborn, hail, lice. You know, all scary stuff, man. And so I just with what happened yesterday, um, we need to start to prepare ourselves that just as we are in the land of our captivity and we're starting to cry out unto the real name of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, um, before deliverance, I just want to point out that before the Israelites were delivered, some plagues had to happen. Judgment had to come onto the land of Egypt, and just like judgment had to come onto the land of Egypt in Exodus, judgment has to come to Babylon. Judgment will come to Babylon. And I was reading Matthew this morning, Matthew 24. I was reading Matthew 24, and I just want to draw a parallel here. 24, no, I think it's 25, 26. There you go. And I want to I want to bring something out here. There you go, the Garden of Gethsemane. Check this out, you guys. I've been in Matthew for the past couple days here, and every time that trouble arose, um, how was Yahushai's reaction? For example, when Peter saw Yahushua walking on water and then he tripped out, um, Yahushua said, fear not, it's I. They thought it was his ghost. Um, how was Yahushua's reaction before judgment? And this is the same judgment that America, that we as Israelites um, are going to have right before judgment. So let's start at. Cut that much. He went a little further. Came on to see here. Peter, excuse me. So like just a little bit. Uh, let's start on to let's start on verse 38. So he tells his disciples to watch and pray while he goes out to pray in the Garden of Gethsemane, right? And then he says, let's check this out on verse 38. Then said he unto them, his disciples, Yahweh said this, my soul is exceeding sorrowful, even unto death. Tarry ye here and watch with me. Man, all the times when they were going to stone Yahushua, he kept his cool. When he was walking on water and the winds arose, though he caused it, he kept his cool. All the other times that the Pharisees confronted him, he kept his cool. Right before judgment, right before salvation came, Yahushua himself, he started trembling, man. And I just wanted to bring this out there. It's a small verse, man, but I just wanted to bring it out there. Our salvation is near, right? We are in the land of our captivity. This Babylon is Egypt. We are in the land of our captivity. And just as the Israelites groaned in Exodus 2 and 35, just as they groaned and called out to Yahweh, ultimately deliverance came. Deliverance came through the plagues, and then a judgment of Egypt and Pharaoh's army. And just as deliverance came through the crucifixion of Yahushua, uh, he came and he brought us back into the covenant. Just like salvation came in those two ends, salvation is coming for us. But prior to salvation coming, we we also have to acknowledge that Jacob's trouble has to happen, and that judgment has to be poured out on Egypt. See here, just to tie things together. Revelations 11 and 8, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of that great city. Talking about Babylon, which is spiritually is called Sodom, and Egypt, where also our power was crucified. Now, Babylon. Now that great city is called Babylon, and Babylon is America, which is spiritually called Sodom. And America truly is called Sodom because it's the promoter of the alphabet mafia the most. I mean, these motherfuckers withheld aid to Africa, a third world country, because they weren't down with the alphabet mafia, man. That's how wicked these people are. You know, This they are promoting and working in the same spirit that the Sodomites were in, man. So that's why this land is spiritually called Sodom. And when this verse talks about where our power was crucified, these Babylonians, these modern day Babylonians, Edomites, crucified our power's image through iconoclasm. They they had our people worshiping Caesar Borgia, a white Jesus, man, a white Jesus from the Middle East, man. And for the longest time, a lot of people perished in it, man, perished in that fake idea. So this message, I just wanted to put it out there. This message is to say and to show. Yesterday, with the cell phone towers going out, that is a small snippet of things to come. The Israelites are calling out to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, and deliverance will come, just as the deliverance came in Exodus, just as we were delivered from the law through the sacrifice of Yahweh Shai. Excuse me. But prior to that deliverance coming, we have to prepare ourselves for this, for some scary shit that's about to happen. Our soul, our spirit may be sorrowful when we see judgment coming, man. But when we see that judgment coming, salvation is near. I just wanted to put that out there because of the cell phone towers going down. Before salvation comes, shit has to hit the fan. All right? That's what happened in the past, and that's what's authored to happen according to the book of Revelations and Second Ezra. That's what's authored to happen when Yahushua returns. Salvation is on the way, but we need to start preparing our mind, body, and souls for when judgment hits, because judgment has to come before salvation. So with that, I hope this lesson was